entered the auditorium, she could see a young dynamic speaker motivating the curious audience from the podium. This is the hour of destiny for you. This hour belongs to you, he said. You are special, yes, you are different, so you have to make a difference. Yes, you can inspire the change. Ask yourself what is the best in you, and then work on that. He kept motivating the audience, but it all fell flat on Inshaw. She started counting her failures and looking down on herself with all the more contempt. She came out and rushed to the canteen adjacent to the auditorium. She ordered tea and sat on the bench. Frisking deep in her bag, she got her cell phone out to make a call. Inshaw. Oof. Again switched off, wearing a frowsy look, she whispered to herself. Nothing is going my way, she added. In the meanwhile, Atif came out of auditorium and sat on the table opposite to Inshaw. He also ordered a cup of tea. The waiter placed both the cups simultaneously on the table. While taking their first sip, Atif found a pretense to talk and he started, if I am not wrong, you would lead a campaign for women empowerment last year. Inshaw responded in affirmation and added, now your next question must be. I left the auditorium midway. Atif. You are correct, but I don't qualify to ask, as I have also left the hall midway. Inshaw. Actually, I am fed up now with these so-called motivational sessions. Talking big hardly makes a point, but acting big does make. Atif. You are right. Even the ordinary things done with extraordinary zeal and zest have the power to make a big difference. Inshaw. I have tried that as well, but nothing went my way. I was an utter failure. In the meanwhile, both finished their tea. Atif. Maybe you had planned with the wrong option. You might have followed public opinion and suppressed your inner voice. Inshaw. No, Mr. Atif. Mr. Atif. Mr. Atif is my name, and what is your good name, please? Inshaw. I am Insh. Atif. If you are not offended, I must say that you don't want to come out of the world of your failures. You are still upset with yourself. Inshaw. Are you a psychologist to say so? Atif. No, I am not. I feel it to be true. I suppose you are desperate enough to tell your tale of woes. I can say with authority that your story has missed the entry of the prince riding the white horse, and presenting a red rose to the princess. Inshaw. No, gentleman. This brutal world has left no room for such whimsies. Atif. That means, in your case, the world has used all her brutality to deprive a beautiful girl of her soulful moments. Inshaw. Yes, but the good point is that I didn't yield easily. I fought with all my might, but I lost. Thus I have no complaints with myself, at least. Atif. Ah, how much it pains me to see a pretty girl in such a deep trouble. Inshaw. You seem to flatter me all the more now. I suppose I should keep my lips sealed now. Atif. You can't do that, you desperately need to clear your chest before a potential listener. Inshaw. No, I haven't any stories to tell, and I need not your advice either. Atif. You need not feel scared of me. Every other person has the same story. Inshaw. What do you mean? Atif. Listen, I am a writer and a motivational speaker. I have portrayed many characters, giving them your attributes. The way you behave is known to me for a guess no. Inshaw. What do you want from me, then? Atif. I want you live up your long cherished dreams. I can, if you wish, change the plot. Inshaw. No, you will not do that. I don't have courage to revisit my roles. I am an utter failure. Atif. If that is the case, why don't you write a documentary of your failures? Insure. Let's assume I will initiate, but what good it will do to me? Atif. Well, it will make you bold. You will discover the multiple reasons of your failures. You will get an opportunity to rectify them. In this process, the world may be gifted with a talented writer. Insure. Smiles. I had sat here for tea, and it took 1 full hour to have my tea finished. I have been listening to an uninvited stranger for so long. What does this mean? Atif. It means you are very close to finding a genuine listener for your woes. A listener who does also understand various things which often remain unsaid. Insure. Don't flatter anymore. I have left nothing unsaid. Atif. But, I managed to listen a lot from you. Your newly found eloquence at speech, and your bright eyes speak quite loudly that you have found a sweet friend. Insure. Smiles. This can be partially true. After all, why should a renowned writer and a great motivational speaker waste his precious time for an ordinary girl except that she is her close friend? Atif. You are wise enough at drawing quick conclusions. Now tell me honestly, will you take to writing? Insure. I suppose yes. In fact, I have thought of writing a story that took its shape before my eyes. The story is full of matter. Atif. I suppose you will not allow your story become preaching. Insure. I will try to keep my judgment reserved, and will bring forth how emotions are victimized in routine arguments. Atif. That is nice. Try to make your story appealing for the readers. Don't allow your characters turn rude at the very outset. Create the exposition for allowing crises zoom out fully. Insure. I know that much, sir, after all I am a literature student. I am well versed at presenting things. I have my own lovely style. But, tell me honestly now, why do you take so interest in me? Atif. I really don't know why. But, I can't afford to see you in trouble. Insure. And you have planned to arouse the dream of the prince in the heart and mind of this pretty girl, and have worked hard to paint yourself into that prince. Isn't it so, Atif? No, Masinsha. I don't harbor such intentions. But one thing I know for sure. Your prince will not come from any royal palace, he will not be accompanied by a band of musicians, he will come all alone. He will dive in your existence, and settle in your heart. He will add scent to your life and breath. When he comes, you will see the time flying holding your wrist. He will spend an hour with you without any apparent reason. That will be the hour of destiny for you, this I have read in epics. Insure. Becoming emotional. I quite understand it. When he comes, he will have to listen to all my woes. He has to take me in his lap. He has to caress me, and fondle me to the core. When he comes, he will discover by himself how much incomplete I was without him. Wipes off tears. Atif. But, remember, this all shall happen in the resolution phase. Only after the crises have reached to a frightening climax, this will give your story a telling effect. Insure. But, sir, in my personal life I do badly need resolution, for I have come across countless crises but without a single resolution. Atif. Then start cherishing your prince. Let him come and spend the hour of destiny with you. Insure. He has to come. I have been waiting him for ages now. Anyway, thank you very much for your sweet company. Loud cheers are heard reaching skies in the auditorium, and repeated announcements are made that the next motivational speaker Atif would be present on the podium in just 1 minute. Atif. Getting up. It is my turn to speak. They have announced my name. I need to go. Insure. Okay, sir. You may go, Atif. But, inform me when your prince comes to spend the hour of destiny. Atif hurries to the auditorium. Insure. Smiles with herself. Surely, sir. Again smiles and gets absorbed in self-talks. Very interesting person. He spent more than an hour with me just to console me. How selfless he is. He had none of his interests to field. He is a nice guy. Inshaw kept thinking of Atif being very nice to her. She went to the manager to pay the bill. The manager returned her money saying her friend had already paid the bill. She left the counter and started walking home. The phone rang. Insh looked the contact and switched off her phone. With a gentle smile on her face, she dropped the phone in the bag and went off with rapid steps, murmuring the recurring phrase of her prince's arrival and the hour of destiny. Contact.